There one and all, I'm the Pixel Patriarch, and shortly we are going to be playing some Path of Exile 2. But beforehand I've been having a well-informed discussion with the young boy here, who's going to come on to the recording very shortly and give us his thoughts of Path of Exile 2. Now, he's a young lad, he has still much to learn, but he's well invested in a number of games, so I think his input is going to be of great value. So let's bring on Josh. Josh, enter the fray. Hello, Josh. Josh, what's your favourite game right now? Do you like Path of Exile 2?
No.
Why?
Because I hate it.
There you go, guys. A very considered review. Why do you hate it? How long have you been playing the game for, Josh? 2 minutes. 2 minutes to derive that review. That's incredible, Josh. What's your favourite game at the minute?
Elden Ring.
Why do you love Elden Ring?
It's good. It's like it's got very good open map, and the game mechanics are pretty cool, as well as the weapons and armor and boss fights and all that.
Yeah. See, I think we're on the same page here, Josh. Like, Elden Ring is objectively a fantastic game. And having played Elden Ring, and now playing Path of Exile 2, I would argue that Path of Exile 2 is as good as Elden Ring. So I would suggest that you give it a little more time, and I think you might love it as well. Are you willing to do that, Josh?
No, not really.
I didn't think so.
I finished Elden Ring 4 times.
See, there you go. The guy is the top dog when it comes to all things Elden Ring. But if we could have in the comments why you think Josh should give Path of Exile 2 a go following Elden Ring, I think it could be of great value to him and his personal development as a seasoned gamer, such as kind of me. What game are you playing at the minute, Josh? There you go. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. He's got some growing as a gamer to do, but I think he's going to get there, guys. Anyway, I'm going to catch you guys in a stream of Path of Exile 2 very shortly. You excited, Josh? You excited? Alright, see you in a bit. Hello there, one and all. I'm the Pixel Patriarch. Over to the game, shall we? That's better. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you are, it doesn't matter, because you're here right now. With me, I'm the Pixel Patriarch, and today we are playing some Path of Exile 2, a game of which I have been covering somewhat extensively on this channel. Now, I need to further add, when I say extensively, I mean, well, my last few videos have been about the game. That's it. That's all I have. No knowledge dump to impart, no wisdom to share, because this game has altogether been consuming much at the behest of my gaming schedule. But for good reason. This game is altogether amazing. And I have to give full kudos to the developers of this game. Like, my mind is blown. I've been playing this all together now for, I would say, about a month or so. We're about 30 hours or so. I wouldn't say into the main campaign itself, because I've been trying different characters out and just having some general fun with it. Just trying to learn the mechanics. And yeah, full kudos to the developers, because upon this game's eventual final release, which is, I understand, penned for later this year, it's going to be free to play. Not a bad value proposition by any objective standard. Yes, there are microtransactions, but not the ones that are there to impose any restriction or limit your progression. Just there to add a little further quality of life, or to upgrade the skins of your characters, outfits and such. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. And I hope that it formulates, if anything, but a small paradigm shift in the games industry across the board. Because this business model demands that the developers do good, right? Just in terms of this particular model, it demands that these guys are passionate and they're full of heart and soul to craft the very best game that they can, as it should be when it comes to creating a game. Absolutely. I did have a bit of a rant in my last video just in regards to AAA games. Well, I was honing in on Forza 6. Might be worth a look, but the general gist is the way things are going with the AAA industry, if the sort of dialogue that was delivered to me from that game is anything to go by, how the AAA game industry is going, it's somewhat concerning. But this game is a shining beacon. Yes, truly amazing. In fact, I hold these guys to the same esteem as the likes of Larian with Baldur's Gate 3. I think when this game drops, when it's completely finished, I think it's going to be something very spectacular, and I hope it has as much impact at this point from what I've played so far as it deserves. So right from the outset, this game is hugely accessible. I've come into this as an RPG noob. I started with a little bit of Diablo 2, but I had to hop across to this. So I'd heard many good things about this game. And verily much, all of it was true. Yes, I'm going to stop lauding the game at this point. You'll get the gist as I play, or not. I am directing this video for those people that have not played the game before, perhaps on the fence whether or not they want to play it. And for those experienced players that are perhaps reminiscing of the hard times learning the mechanics. In fact, it's not hard times. By the very definition, my definition of what is an incredible game is a demand of investment from the player. And said player being compelled to invest in what the game puts before them. And for this game, I would say it's very much the the character build mechanics, because, dare I say, very in-depth. Oh, baby, very in-depth indeed. But I feel somewhat compelled to learn. So at this point, strictly speaking, I am still bumbling my way, trying to formulate the best build that works for me, but enjoying the process. Now, throughout the course of this stream, there may be one or two seasoned, experienced players of this game who want to jump straight in the back seat and go on to tell me, well, this is a profoundly underutilized character build, you see, and the gems that you have before you should have put that gem in that slot and the other gem in the other slot. You've done it the other way around, you buffoon. Yes, you could have increased your DPS by 26.4. Shut up. We've all been there before. You've been there before, playing the game off your own back, trying your best to work out everything that's going on. But at the end of the day, it's all good fun, isn't it? The process of learning is all part of the fun. So any backseaters that want to jump on board, you can sit in the back seat, but just calm down a little bit. Calm down a little bit. I know what you lot are like. You get all hepped up. Oh, I know what this new player is doing wrong. Let me get tucked up and start tapping away. I'll put him right, and I'll be determined to, because I'm not having a good time anymore. I'm annoyed. That's not what this video is about, ladies and gentlemen. This is about a good time. We will get on to playing the game, but I've got to have my bit first, you see. I'll have my bit. This channel is but a new channel. We're 90 subscribers or thereabouts strong. and it's took a little under a year to get to this point. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we keep on, and I'm hoping that I can cultivate a community of like-minded players that enjoy gaming for gaming's sake. No arguments or toing and throwing or any of the sort. Just good times, good vibes. Yes. And just a little more further forward as to the Pixel Patriarch, you might be wondering, what's with the sunglasses and his indoors? Yes, well, thank you for the question, hypothetical person that just asked that. Well, I consider it a tactical shield of sorts. Not only do they provide 100% resistance from the glare of the screen, hardened game you see, but I also consider them synonymous with what I want this channel to be all about, and that is sunshine and good times, good vibes. And sunglasses to me, living in England, is synonymous, generally speaking, with sunshine and good times, because we don't tend to see a lot of the sun here in the UK. Henceforth why a lot of us people in the UK are a bit grumpy. But not me. No, I am the outlier. Absolutely. So join the gang. If you've not subscribed yet, I would ask you to do so. There's plenty more content to come, and of course it goes without saying, it would be a pleasure to have you on board. And so I thank thee as an aspiring YouTuber with so much to give. Right, I'm going to stop right there. It's getting a bit desperate sounding, but you get the gist, I'm sure. Anyway, on to the game. So you join me, fearless, witless monk. We are Act 2 into the game, into the main campaign. And we are about to move onwards through. Sorry, I was thinking about something else entirely there. I was losing my train of thought, and therein lied my slowing cadence. But I'm back with you now. It's fine. It's fine. I am with you. It's no problem. We are going to head to the traitor, well, via the Traitor's Passage. We are heading to Helani Gates via Traitor's Passage. So without further ado, I'm going to click through on there and off we go. So I'm relatively early in the second act of the game, having recently beaten the end of Act 1 boss. And I have to say, he was a monumental mother. Several times he bested me, but it was inevitable. He was to be downed. And that he was. But it took several times to do so. But it was all round a fantastic boss encounter, I have to say. One thing about this game is that they have definitely stolen the Dark Souls dodge roll mechanics, but they have implemented it with fine aplomb. The game is fast paced and yes, it's very, very ARPG, dare I say. Very much. Right, we've arrived at Traitor's Passage. Let's go in, shall we? Shall we? Yes. Okay. Let's head forth into the back passage of the Traitor. I've already clocked the waypoints there. And on cue, here's a gaggle of jittery arsewips I have decimated. Immediately turned into liquid on the floor. Yes. Oh, hello. The gameplay of this game is sublime. It's, as you can see, it's very fast paced. And some of the mob battles get very busy indeed, which you will experience kind of now. It's getting kind of busy, but we've got a handle of this. One of the key things when you are in the throes of it is that you're constantly watching your health and your mana, as you can see, either sides of the screen, and what's going on in front of you all at once. And this is a kind of mini boss. I'm going to call him the section supervisor, and he's going to fall over. He's going to fall over with fine aplomb, just like that. See, I am quite good. I am quite good at this game. Or it could be that I've inadvertently stumbled into an uber-optimized build. However, I believe the latter and the former are both incorrect. So what is going on here? Let's put it down to sheer luck. And yeah, I've got a bunch of bits, but I already know that my inventory is getting a little bit busy. A little bit oversaturated with stuffs. Yes. So inventory management is a thing. And I think it's a classic sort of thing with ARPGs, and that you have to manage very limited inventory, which it's not a problem really. It's not a problem whatsoever. Yeah, I've had a good time with it altogether. No problems whatsoever. However, at this point, I am going to return back to the caravan, and I am going to see my old mate, who I can flog some of this stuff off to. Gives me a damn good price at that as well. Thank you kindly. And perhaps stash some of the stuff in my stash, of which I'm sure there's a few bits that could be of potential use later on. Now, the inherent complexity of this game, I would say, as I've said, is the character build. It's very in-depth. I mean, first of all, you've got considerations of the equipment that you carry, be it your weapons, your armor. They all have their respective stats. And then you've got your skills, and your skills are provided through these gems that you pick up. And you can decide what sort of character you want to become on this by virtue of what sort of attacks that you deliver. Now, I am aspiring at this point to be kind of Thunderstrike dominant. It's very joyous delivering bolts of lightning onto my foes. I have this one here, Glacial Cascade, which wasn't really doing a great deal. However, the effect in and of itself is what drew me to it initially. I'm sure it does carry a lot of inherent power, but as you can see, I've not invested a lot. Well, you probably can't if you've not played this game before, but you've got the main gem here, which is your main skill. That is Glacial Cascade. And you can pick up these little support gems, and that helps further shape what that skill can do. It almost embellishes the skill with additional skills. They're support gems. So yes, and then you've got these kind of passive gems here, which are kind of working constantly. And I've got Herald of Thunder, which just delivers a load of additional thunderbolts down on my enemies as I battle, just creating this lovely AoE, additional AoE at that, which is very satisfying and enjoyable. Very enjoyable indeed. So you've got your equipment, you've got your skills, and then you've got the passive skills, and the passive skills is quite interesting. Let me show you the passive skill tree. Now, I will forewarn you that this looks like a diagram ripped out of a manual of a how to build your own nuclear reactor, because when you see it, it is altogether a little bit overwhelming. I'm sure you can agree. Just look at all of that. Isn't that immense? Now, when I first saw this, my brain just went into overdrive. I couldn't comprehend what was going on, and yes, but it was only until I zoomed right in like this, and then just piecewise, as you advance, as you level up, you're awarded a point to attribute to one of these little nodes, and as you can see, you build out a path. And when you look at it from that perspective, up close, not too far away, but up close, you just formulate this little path. And then as you become accustomed and you start to get more of a feel of how your character is starting to shape, you can then start to zoom out a little bit and start planning your route to create your perfect character. And it becomes not so overwhelming. I can look at this with now an air of calm compared to what was chaos and my brain unable to compute anything on the screen. So, yes, I mean, this game has been put before it that it's an overly complex game. But I would argue, right from the get-go, the game is immediately accessible. Very accessible game. You start by either flicking your old wand around or waving your big old stick and walloping beasties around the head. It's as simple as that as it starts, but the game progresses and the gameplay loop starts to take hold. You're starting to enjoy yourself as you just mildly advance your character. But then it really does advance into all of this. But the way I see it now is just so much opportunity. I can go off in any direction and craft exactly the sort of character that I want. And when you combine it with the skills and the equipment that you carry, there's some truly unique builds that you can formulate. So as I progress through the game, I look forward to exploring that. Yes, it's going to be fun. Anyway, let's get bloody back to it. Where was I? I was going to flog off some gear and stash some gear. First of all, there's this guy, the hooded one, who can identify a bunch of items. For the most part, most items you pick up are unidentified. So you want to go to this chap when you return back to town, or the hub that is the caravan in this instance, and he will, free of charge, identify everything for us. So this gives us a firm pricing on the identified goods should we wish to flog them, or we can further take a look and see if they are of any practical use to ourselves. Now, I will confess, my character's a bit all over the shop. As I say, he's a monkey. A monkey. I'm thinking monkey magic. He's a monk. Monkey magic. And he's somewhat tilted, a little bit misaligned in terms of like how I have skilled him up. The mainstay of a monk I have only recently discovered should be intelligence and dexterity, but I've kind of swayed more so on strength and dexterity, which my thinking was close quarter combat, some of that ninja up close, that may pay dividends. So in fact, it may well be doing that, but apparently the optimal way is dexterity and intelligence. So yes, but I still feel in the grand scheme of we are still early on in the game, so I am going to try and just add a little more intelligence into the mix, much like this live stream right now. I'm trying to evoke as much of an intelligent persona as one can with one's ability. But let's see how we get on. Right, back to it. Where was I going? For the love of God, I'm checking my mic's still working. Yes, it is. It is very good. Right, I was going to vlog some bits and bobbins and also review what I've got. Right, so pay attention, Mr. Patriarch. We have a shrouded vest here. That's got quite a nice evasion rating by all accounts, which is something that is rather integral to the monk as well. Now, my current mantle carries a great degree of armor, have a good amount of energy shield, which is good. I think that's very closely linked to intelligence. That's a good thing. Resistances. Now, this carries both fire and cold resistance, and that is a key thing in this game as well. Try to bring your resistances up, getting them up to a good level as you progress. Very important. From what I presume are the big buggery bosses that await you as you progress through the campaign. So I'll be mindful of that advice. But I don't want to get rid of that, because I think that, oh, and it's got a nice bit of dexterity as well. That looks like a nice baseline to work with. So you can further enhance weaponry and armor that you pick up by introducing sockets that I think you can gain from runes or something like that. But you can further enhance this weaponry. But that's a nice baseline. And as I go on to learn more about the mechanics of character building, that might be something to recourse to. So I'm definitely keeping that. Okay, broad head quiver. That is of no use to me, so we'll sack that off. Aged greater mana. Ooh. Do you know what? So my current mana flask recovers 369 life over 5 seconds against 145 over 2.5 seconds. Consumes 10 of 96 charges on use. I don't really know what that means. I'm not going to lie. 61 increased mana recovered. I mean, that does sound quite ballsy. It sounds quite ballsy to me. I'm not feeling at all compelled to drop that or flog it. It may prove useful in future course. You will stay with me. Voltaic staff. I'm going to sack that off. Spiny tattered robe of the student. Oh, see, that's got an additional bit of intelligence to it. Something that I am sorely lacking. 7 to 8 physical forms damage. You know what? Overall, that to me is probably rather meh. We'll sack that off. Got some nice orbs here. We'll keep hold of those. Ancient rites, Emerald Talisman. Okay, that's kind of dope. Okay, and the gem I'm definitely going to keep hold of. Do you know what? In between time,
Take care.
just for brevity, because I don't want to sit here umming and ahhing to you lot. I'm quite the performative sort, you see, and I like to entertain my guests. And so I don't want to keep you waiting. So I'm just going to, I will get rid of, hold on, what's that? Increase rarity. Oh, see, this is a thing. You just want to be taking a look at everything, because there could be some goodies amongst this lot that I'm inadvertently getting rid of or flogging off for next to nothing. And that would be sourly disappointing. Sourly disappointing. We don't want to be doing that. Oh, I do like to clear down things though. As you can see, my stash here is getting a bit busy, of which I've got a few tabs here that I can introduce other bits and bobs and get things organised. As you can see, I've still got a bit more organising to do, as one should. Now, as part of the microtransactions, I think one of the key microtransaction purchases is a stash tab. But at this time I've got these tabs here already, but a lot of people say you need to buy stash tabs. So I think they offer some area of functionality and better means of organizing stuff. So far be it for me to further comment on that, but at the minute it's a bit jumbled, but it's not unsurmountable. It just means I need to spend 10 minutes or so going through that, but I am not going to bore you with doing that, of course not. I'm just going to quickly hop across to OBS and make sure that everything is still running. It is, yes, we are still streaming, guys. This is fabulous, fabulous stuff. Right, I think we're long overdue to get back into some action. So, without further ado, I mean, as I say, I do like to clear that down. It is bugging me out, I won't lie. Shall I chuck that back in? Yes, I'm just going to stash it all. I'm just going to stash it all. Right, I'm just going to chuck all this in here for now. Lots of random bits. This is very much akin to my wardrobe. Just chuck stuff in I haven't got time to faff about with, and I'll see to it another day. Until such day comes and we are thoroughly over encumbered and things are not making any more sense, whereby we do have to interject and do something about it. Right, let's get back to it. I keep saying we're getting back to it. Well, we are now. All right. Right, desert map. I would like to go back to the Traitor's Passage, and we are determined to go there. That is Halani Gates. Whereby there is a bit of a buggery boss on that map that did best me last time. However, I'm feeling handy. So we go at it again. So for anybody joining the stream now, welcome on board. It's great to have you. We are playing Path of Exile 2. I am an absolute noob at this game. However, I feel like I am not a noob right now because I am owning it. Look at this crowd control, he says all too soon. Oh, getting a bit busy. Oh, his little flittering arsewipes on the floor. There you go. Oh, I do like these. These are like challenges whereby I get opportunity to claim one of these runes that I can choose, which can go on to add various what is the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, but they do my character very good should I choose to implement them upon my character. So I'm looking at something altogether tasty that's aligned with my monk character at this time. Yes. Rune of Vitality. Let's start from the top. Rune. Body armor plus 50 to spirit. You know what? I don't know what spirit does at this time. This is something that slowly accrues as you work through the campaign, or so I understand. Whether it comes into its own during the end game, I do not know. But it is a good thing all the same. Gloves, 50% chance to build an additional combo on hit. One hand mace. What was this? One hand mace or quarterstaff rolls only the minimum or maximum damage value for physical damage. Okay, so I can... okay, so that could convert my quarterstaff to allowing me to have a shield in the other hand for blocking and such. I do tend to go fairly close quarter with this build. I do enjoy it. So that's a possibility. Rune of Culmination. Rune of Vitality. Okay, that increases life 15 when you block. That's very warrior-centric. Boost quality of armor. Not really too fussed about that. Adepts. All equipment +9 to dexterity. That sounds quite nice. Glacial. No, I'm not going ice bound in terms of build. It's all about thunder. So with that, did you like that? I used to be in a rock band. Yeah, we were good. We were damn good. I digress. We're going to go with which one was it? I think it was... Oh, which one was it again? Yes, this one. The Rune of Culmination. But to claim this rune, we have to beat this lot up. Oh, this big bugger. Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, the big bugger is down. That's very good. Very good indeed. Oh, and there's another wave of them. This is kind of hectic. I should have actually given a bit more of an overview of combining. Oh dear, this is getting busy. Oh, a little bit of AoE action, I think. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh. That was a very solemn and honourable ending to those bunch of Burks, by all accounts. Nice, very nice. So, yes, upon undertaking the challenge to win one of those runes, it gives you a bit of a heads up of what you can anticipate. So, for example, extra cold damage, and gives you a heads up of like what sort of additional skills or buffs, etc. the warriors you're about to fight are going to hit you with. So it gives you a nice little bit of a heads up. But that altogether was pretty straightforward and very satisfying. One thing of note is the sound design in this game. I don't think the sound design really gets as much attention as what I feel it truly deserves, because it's delicious, crispy, crunchy. Actually, first of all, see just that. Ooh, whip. Yes, snappy wind crack, love it. And oh, ninja! Just, yes, great. My falling thunder. Oh, it's just really crunchy, great sound. And as you can see, well, I'd like to say that it's clear as day. It's not because I'm wandering around the dark cavern, but the fidelity is also very, very good. It's altogether a polished experience. Right, I better pay attention because it's getting a bit busy in here. In terms of the mobs that you battle, it is very much crowd control, but it's truly satisfying when you eviscerate a crowd of mobs. Really is satisfying. Right, let's continue forth through this cave. And something perhaps, well, in fact, I think that I'm knowledgeable enough to know that what is synonymous with ARPGs is lots of fighting. Lots of fighting. This guy's a little bit of a hard nut. But safe to say, we took him down. Right, I am going to try and rush through this. A little bit busy, but we've got it all under control. Yeah. No dramas there. No dramas there. No dramas whatsoever. Okay, a little bit of the Falling Thunder AoE. And you might have noticed those additional thunder claps. That was from my supporting active gem, the Herald of Thunder, I think it is. And just delivers that extra garnish of AoE just to complete the violent encounter. Delightful. Absolutely delightful. Right, pick up their pocket change and a little bit of gold in these little ear pots. Lovely jubbly. There's always loads of loot that gets dropped off by downing mobs. Of which, a lot of that stuff, I feel I don't really need at this time. But you never know what's going to drop. You can have some real fanciful trinkets dropping that could really help your character advance. So yes, always a joy. I am playing this game somewhat with an air of, oh, that's a nice bit there, somewhat with an air of brevity, because appreciably you're watching this for entertainment purposes. Right, okay, that appears to be a dead end. I'm just paying attention now to the mini-map, of which I can bring up a slightly bigger mini-map to ensure that I'm not going around in circles. Right, we are going southwesterly. What's down or up here then? Right. Oh, now you see this is getting busy. I've got them coming in from all directions. We are good. We are very good. Yes, very good indeed. Nice. There you go. We got this locked down, guys. We have this locked down. Okay, I had to top up my mana there. No! That's a level up. Fabulous. With that, let's just calm these folks down by making them fall over like lazy strippers and jump across to our passive skill tree. As we go to further advance, we have a level up. So at this point, I've been doubling down on my attack damage. And I do feel compelled to allocate this slot here, 5% to daze or hit. I do like to be offensive. I'm an offensive kind of guy when it comes to playing games. Absolutely. Otherwise, I'm like the passive sort. But yeah, I like to go around walloping virtual gobblers with a stick. I enjoy it very much. Okay. So, with this current build, I like this node in particular. Oh, I like that node. What to do? Well, these others were focusing on attack damage, which is great. Dazing, hitting. I'm not overly worried about that bottle of counts. So with that, I am going to add some intelligence into the mix, as was the idea. And just check and see if we've got anyone in the chat that has anything to say. And at this point, there is nobody with anything to say. Not even the backseat gamers. I would otherwise welcome their opinion. It's all good fun, isn't it? Maybe after the fact when this stream is done. It is otherwise quite late. That said, I'm not sure what the mainstay of my audience, where they are located. I think it's somewhat 50-50 UK and the US. I think. And that clattering you can hear is my faithful dog, Dexter, doing some disco dancing, clattering on the floorboards. Right, we need to get out of these caves. There you go. Nice bit of AoE damage there from my thunder strikes. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff indeed. There you go. He's done and dusted. Jubbly lovely. Ooh. Right. Right, that's got some nice bits. Superior Raider plates. Sounds very, yes. Armor, strength, yes, that's very warrior-tastic. However, that might be worth a few bucks. So we'll definitely take that. Superior Stone Charm. That sounds altogether very interesting. Consumes 20 of 40 charges on you. It currently has 0 charges. Cannot be stunned. Used when you become stunned. Sounds interesting. That's... No, that's pretty standard stuff. Right, where are we going? We are going southwesterly. We are going southwesterly. And without fail, there are more mobs. Okay. Nice. Absolutely lovely. I absolutely love eviscerating these crowds into liquid gloop on the floor. Ugh. Yes, looks like a delicious abstract painting, doesn't it? Oh boy, it's getting late. It is getting late, guys. But we continue forth on our mission steadfast. We must make it through these caverns. Okay. Which way? Let's go this way. Okay. Right, I am rushing through them all. Now, let's see if they all want to jump in on the action. Come on, you're all welcome. Got plenty for all of you. There you go. Alright, we've got a checkpoint here, which indicates a marker of a boss. Oh, hello.
This is the legendary traitor.
Ah, the traitor. Bound by seals that we will release. Let's have at it. Looks like we're in a boss fight.
I prove myself.
Oh, you prove yourself. Let's go, baby. Show me how you dance. Yes. Now, I've already done this boss. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but she unleashes this fart and flee strategy, whereby she emits a massive gust of fart cloud that leaves our character in a very vulnerable position that's not at all honourable as a manner to die. And she does carry quite a potent gust. When she drops one, it is truly terrifying. Oh, okay, alright, yes, and she flutters about. Oh, I thought traitors were all about daggers in the dark. But not this one, she's flittering about all over the place. Oh, she's emitted her fatal gust. That's the worst thing ever, isn't it? Someone emitting a nasty gust in an enclosed space. And I was consumed by the fart. Consumed by the fart. I wish there had been some wise elder before I entered that room, just giving me forewarning. Wise adventurer, before you step forth into that room, beware. The fart maiden waits beyond. Whatever you do, do not sniff. But no, I didn't get anything like that. Caught off guard. Caught off guard. Yes. Right, I'm going to skip her. I think I've already beaten her. You can go back to fight other bosses, which is really handy when you're looking to level up, further level up, or go for some item drops. Pick up some additional loot, some fresh bits that you hoped they would drop. Yes, I did beat her for the first time earlier, but I wasn't paying attention as to whether or not I saved the game or something, but yes, I'll go and outright confirm shortly. In the meantime, the objective of this stream was to make it to the Helani Gates. And we have been somewhat sidetracked. We go northeasterly. Yeah, just the general polish of this game, guys. As you can see, it's a very well-rounded early access game. And there's legitimately a ridiculous amount of content they've ploughed into the early access game. However, unlike the likes of Star Citizen, altogether different game, agreeably, and a far bigger scope of a project is Star Citizen. So I take that on board, but the base game itself, they've got this completely locked in, and they've been piling in so much content into the game leading up to the final launch of the game, to the point it's absolutely bewildering. I was watching the recent update to this game, and it was a very lengthy reveal of the latest update, of which the guy was just the presenter. He kept saying, well, but there's more, and introducing not tiny little things, but just huge, massive implementations, to the point where you just have to just watch it in absolute aghast that there's all this amazing content that's free to play. It's incredible. Right, I am absolutely determined to make it out of here. And once we are out of here, I think we're going to call it an evening because it is quite late here. As much as I am enjoying it. As much as I am enjoying it. No doubt there will be subsequent streams of this game as we progress through the game, with additional thoughts, of course, as we play it. Eric Byra, thank you for the heads up. Yes. How are we doing this evening? Also, she also summons minions at some point. You will want to kill her for an important item she drops. It is green. Okay, you'd still have me the item in your inventory. It's called a barrier, a coin. You can always. Oh, thank you for that. That good information. Very good indeed. And welcome to the stream. At this point, this is a speedy bumble through the dark as I try to reach my objective. Which, do I have to head north? I'm sure it's through here that we reach the Halani gates. Ah, there we go. There is an unexplored area heading southeasterly. And it opens up to another cacophony of angry buggers. Ooh, baby. Yes. It is not a problem. It is not a problem whatsoever. I suspect I am, yes, indeed, becoming somewhat over-encumbered at this point. Well, strictly speaking, being over-encumbered isn't a factor in this game, but my inventory is nonetheless getting quite busy, of which there's a few tasty bits in here that I don't necessarily feel compelled to chuck. Other than this hunting spear, that can definitely go. I want the orb. That could prove very useful. Eric, I'm just taking a look at your comments, sir. Okay, good shout. Try using Staggering Palm with Wind Blast. Wind Blast will prime enemies for stun. Using Staggering Palm on prime for stun enemies will grant your attacks addition. Very good, Eric. Thank you. I will absolutely be taking that on board in future course. I haven't done much in the way of mixing and matching various skills and such. Not much in the way at all of exploring, combining different effects. But I absolutely know there is a lot to play with in that area. Which is something, as part of one's progression through the game, as we learn, something we'll absolutely pick up. But Eric, thanks for that. That sounded like definitively a good shout. So that is definitely heeded as words of wisdom. Just a... Oh, there you go. Okay. Right. Oh, daylight. But it is a dead end. No, it's not. We can head further up here. I am just going to dodge roll past everything. And we've made it to the Halani gates. Very good. Very nice indeed. I'm glad you are doing well, Eric. I am very glad you are doing well, sir. This is what I want to hear. Across the board. So the Halani Gates, it does get somewhat extraordinarily hectic around these parts. But the boss of this particular map was particularly challenging. Last time I tried him, he had some moves.
Let the tide of war flow.
There you go. Taking care of business. Look at that. Lovely, lovely stuff. Alright, on to the next section.
A dark shadow has fallen across the land.
Okay. Let's take a look at my map. Which way am I going? Sutherland. Head Sutherland. Okay. Watching the health. Watching the health at all times, as one should. Which I generally don't when I should be. But in that instance, I was. Who chucked that rock at me? Oh, it's a... Oh! Okay. Well, we don't need to nonsense about with these. I'm going to try and make it to the boss. I'm going to give the boss one more go. I would like to claim victory upon this boss, as I feel it would be a fitting end to the stream. But who knows, I might keep going. Feel like I'm on one a bit now. So if you are just joining the stream, welcome on board. I'm the Pixel Patriarch, and you catch us as we are playing Path of Exile 2. A game that I am thoroughly embracing. It's altogether wonderful. Really very, very tasty game. And the fact that it belittles a number of AAA games out there by virtue of the fact that it's going to be free to play, and also the general overarching quality. And here's the boss in question that had me last time. Yes, it really does do a number on where we're at with the games industry altogether. Oh, actually, I am doing far better than what I did last time. Oh, we put him down. Absolutely wonderful. He absolutely decimated me last time, but we bested him that time. Lovely. In particular, I'm looking at this Grand Mana Flask. I think that's not going to be quite as good as what I've got already. No, I don't think it is. Actually, I don't know if it was that boss that had me. I don't think it was, actually. There is a bigger buggering boss that we have to find. So I will keep going. I'll keep going. Pretty sure that it wasn't that guy. I do actually recall fighting him. Oh, okay. All right, things are heating up. Things are all together heating up. So if you're otherwise on the fence playing this game, I would urge you to pick it up and have a look. The value proposition as it stands is £25 or £30 to pick it up. I mean, it's not bad, is it? Wow, okay. Okay, that's... Oh, that was really satisfying. My falling thunder putting pay to this lot. No, they are not mobs. Okay, they are foe mobs. What can I go through there? Oh, no. I want to go through there. I want to have a look through that alone. I can't. Okay, alright. Look at the ruddy mess I've made. Delightful. Absolutely delightful. And I've got an insect that was crawling on my arm. Right, I am determined to find this boss. Determined to find this boss. So if you've watched the stream thus far, and you enjoy the content, which I very hope you do, I like to combine gameplay with being the performative sort I am, trying to provide you with as much entertaining rhubarb discussion, rhubarb as in absolute nonsense discussion, and just general nonsense, and perhaps offering some wisdom along the way. My thoughts on these particular games. Oh, it's crashed. If that wasn't a prompt for me to call it an evening, I don't know what was. I was descending into absolute waffle at that time. I am very tired. It is late here in the UK, so with that, it is definitely time for Betty Buys, I think. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. We're going to be covering a whole boost of games. There's many more to come. And fear not, the games that we are playing will be objectively good games because we don't do things by halves. And I don't have the attention span to allow me to play anything that hints a little bit of rubbish. So watch this space. We may continue playing this live. I mean, I'm otherwise going to be playing it. I'm sure I'm going to be very excited about my progression and wanting to impart that upon you. So yes, likely this, but there's a few other games that we are looking at as potentials that I may be able to add a little value to. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm knackered. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Night all, night all. Let me just jump onto the OBS and stop streaming. Ciao for now. Good